Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Paul, I'm with the Dicey Review, and today we're going to be looking at the 2 to 4 player game Memoarrr from Stronghold Games, Pegasus Spiel, and Edition Spielwiese. Memoarrr comes with 40 cards separated into 25 locations, 1 game layout card, 4 summary cards, 7 treasure cards, and 3 volcano cards. The game layout card provides a helpful reminder of how to set up, but let's look at how to do that in detail. First, shuffle the 25 location cards and place them in a 5x5 grid face down. Then take the center card of the island and put it back in the box without looking at it. Shuffle the 7 treasure cards and place them in a face down stack in the middle. Then choose volcano cards equal to the player count -1 and place them on top of the treasure cards. In our example, we're going to be looking at a 4-player game, so we'll use 3 volcano cards. Finally, give each player a player reference card, and you're ready to start play. It's important to note that before the first round, each player can secretly look at the 3 middle cards on their side of the island. Make sure that no other player sees your cards, then place them back where they were, face down. Whoever most recently had an emotional outburst gets to go first. Alternatively, you can just pick randomly. At the beginning of each round, the start player will choose 1 location to turn face up. Then, in clockwise order, each player will take a turn. On a player's turn, they will select 1 other face down location in the grid and turn it face up. If the animal or the terrain of the newly revealed card matches the animal or the terrain of the most recently revealed card, the player is safe and they're still in the round. So in this instance, since this player revealed a location that has the same terrain type as the previously revealed location, this player is safe and they're still in the round. If a player reveals a location card and neither the terrain or the animal match, they have to take a volcano card from the middle and they're out of the round. If at the beginning of a player's turn there are no more volcano cards available, the player who doesn't have a volcano card gets to take the top card from the treasure stack and keep it in their play area. The round will then end immediately. Players will then look at the volcano cards in front of them to see which volcano has the most birds. The player that possesses the card with the most birds gets to go first in the next round. The cards are then randomized and placed back on top of the treasure cards. After this, all cards are then placed face down without moving them in the grid. The start player will then begin the new round by revealing 1 location. After the 7th round and the last treasure is claimed, the game will end immediately. To determine the winner, players compare the rubies on all of their treasure cards. The player with the most rubies is the winner. If there's a tie, the tied player with the most treasure cards wins, and if there's still a tie, the player with the single highest treasure card is the winner. At this time, it would be good to point out some special rule exceptions. In the very first round, the first card revealed by the start player is not allowed to be any of the cards secretly looked at by the players. It's important to note that starting in the second round on, the start player can freely reveal any of these cards. The first card revealed in each round by the start player is automatically considered to be successful. This is because there's no prior card to compare it to. If it's your turn and all 24 locations have already been revealed, you have to simply take a volcano card instead of revealing a location. There are also expert rules in the game. It's recommended that you incorporate these expert rules once you have a better feel for how the game plays. The expert rules give each animal on a location card a special ability. This special ability only takes place if you've made a successful connection on your turn. The abilities are not optional, they must be carried out by the player. Now that we've briefly discussed the animal abilities, let's look at each animal ability in detail. If on a player's turn they successfully make a connection with an octopus, they must immediately shift this octopus card to an adjacent horizontal or vertical location. So in this instance, they might choose to swap these 2 cards. It's important to note that a player can never swap a card with a diagonal location. If a player makes a successful connection with a penguin, they must immediately choose one face-down location to look at secretly without showing to any other players. Then replace the location on its spot in the grid. If a player makes a successful connection with a walrus card, they must point to one location on the grid. The next player to take a turn is unable to reveal this location. It's important to note that if there's only one unrevealed location on the grid, this power doesn't take place. If a player makes a successful connection with a crab, the player must immediately take another turn. If a player continues to turn over crabs, they must continue to take additional turns until a location is revealed that doesn't show a crab. And finally, if a successful connection is made with a turtle, nothing happens. Alright everybody, that was our video. Thanks so much for watching. We hope that it was helpful and we hope that it was informative. If you still have questions about how to play, please comment below or email us directly at thediceyreview@gmail.com. You can read our written articles over at thediceyreview.com, listen to our podcast wherever you get podcasts, and you can always check our social media. We're pretty much everywhere at The Dicey Review. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you at the table.